Welcome back to another episode of The Daily Threat, your go-to source for all things cybersecurity. We have a lineup of alarming stories that underscore the ever-present dangers lurking in the digital landscape. From election interference to healthcare breaches, cyber adversaries are exploiting vulnerabilities with increasingly sophisticated tactics. Let's dive into our first story. Our first story takes us into the realm of political cybersecurity. As we gear up for the 2024 election, concerns about foreign interference loom large. But what's particularly alarming is the role that artificial intelligence, AI, is playing in lowering the barrier for cyber adversaries to manipulate the election process. Recent advancements in AI technology have made it easier for threat actors to automate tasks such as creating convincing deepfake videos, spreading disinformation through social media, and even launching targeted phishing campaigns. These tactics can sow discord, undermine trust in the electoral process, and ultimately influence voter behavior. So, how are attackers gaining access to sensitive political infrastructure? One common tactic is through spear phishing emails, where attackers craft convincing messages tailored to specific individuals within political organizations. Once a recipient clicks on a malicious link or downloads an infected attachment, attackers can gain a foothold within the network and begin their nefarious activities. But the risks extend far beyond the political arena. Businesses of all sizes need to be vigilant against similar tactics that could compromise their networks and data. Here are some key recommendations to mitigate these risks. Employee training: educate your workforce about the dangers of phishing attacks and how to recognize suspicious emails or links. Multi-factor authentication, MFA: implement MFA wherever possible to add an extra layer of security to your systems. AI-powered threat detection: leverage AI technology to detect and respond to threats in real time, helping to stay one step ahead of adversaries. In a recent cyber incident that sent shockwaves through the healthcare industry, Change Healthcare revealed that hackers had breached their systems a staggering 9 days before launching a devastating ransomware attack. This revelation underscores the stealth and persistence of modern cyber threats. The attackers gained initial access through a combination of tactics, including exploiting unpatched vulnerabilities in the company's network infrastructure and leveraging stolen credentials obtained through phishing attacks. Once inside, they lurked in the shadows, mapping out the network and identifying critical systems to target. Then, on the 9th day, they struck with a ransomware payload, encrypting vital data and demanding a hefty ransom for its release. The fallout from such an attack can be catastrophic, disrupting patient care, compromising sensitive medical records, and tarnishing the reputation of the affected organization. So, what can businesses learn from this incident? Here are some key takeaways. Patch management: regularly update and patch all software and systems to mitigate known vulnerabilities. Zero trust architecture: adopt a zero trust approach to security, assuming that threats could already be present within your network. Incident response plan: develop and regularly test an incident response plan to ensure a swift and effective response in the event of a breach. But the healthcare sector isn't the only industry facing cyber threats. United Health, one of the largest healthcare insurers in the United States, recently disclosed a cyber hack that could impact the data of a substantial proportion of Americans. This breach highlights the far-reaching consequences of cyber attacks on sensitive personal information. The attackers targeted a third-party vendor, exploiting vulnerabilities in their systems to gain access to sensitive data, including names, addresses, social security numbers, and medical information. With such valuable data in hand, cybercriminals could engage in identity theft, financial fraud, or even sell the information on the dark web. The ramifications of such a breach are immense, not only for the individuals whose data has been compromised, but also for the affected organization's reputation and financial stability. To safeguard against similar attacks, organizations must prioritize the following. Vendor risk management: conduct thorough due diligence when selecting and monitoring third-party vendors, ensuring they adhere to robust cybersecurity standards. Data encryption: encrypt sensitive data both at rest and in transit to mitigate the risk of unauthorized access. Regulatory compliance. Stay abreast of regulatory requirements, such as HIPAA in the healthcare sector, and ensure compliance to avoid hefty fines and penalties. As we've seen from today's stories, cyber threats continue to evolve and pose significant risks to businesses and individuals alike. But by implementing robust cybersecurity measures and staying vigilant, we can better defend against these adversaries. That's all for today's episode of the Daily Threat. Don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date on the latest cybersecurity news and best practices. Until next time, stay safe and stay secure.